2017. We are into round number 3 between AZIO Esports and 50 Shades of Mosher.
And again, this is just to place the seeds for the actual tournament. So the records don't really matter here. They'll place, the order for the tournament, but other than that, they don't affect it much.
Yep. Looks like the first ban from AZIO Esports was the Lysandra. Well, maybe not. I don't know what's happening right now.
I don't know either. Is Lysandra prominent right now? I don't think I've seen her since season 4.
It's a big pick for Chris Can't Miss in the mid lane for 50 Shades of Mosher.
That's true.
Are we having champion select bug right now? It appears to be the case. I'm sure.
What do we do now then?
I think their end is working, but ours is not. We are not able to see what's being banned right now.
Yeah, countdown stopped. There's a weird owl for some reason.
A weird what?
Owl.
Owl.
It's like the text,
Oh.
You're texting a girl and she sends you the owl face, and you're like, I don't know what this is, so I'm just gonna ignore it. That's the face.
I see.
Yeah. You don't have those issues?
No.
What about when the guy texts you?
No, I don't. I don't send text messages. I don't think very often.
Old-fashioned. I like it.
The most of the time when I get I think this is the most text I've gotten in a while, actually.
So what do you want to talk about? We can talk about the rest of the patch notes.
I'd really like to see what's happening in Champion Select. Is really what.
Well, sadly, that's not the case. What about the other teams that we haven't got to watch? We've had a lot of votes for AZIO, so we're watching them, and the we haven't got to see Quantum's team.
Yeah, the only team after this game that we will not have seen will have been 2 Jackets, 3 Diamonds.
2 Jackets, 3 Diamonds. One of the teams that we thought was going to do very well. They were 2-0. Quantum really dominated on Cassidy in the last round. We didn't get to watch it, but his damage chart was crazy. It was like 80,000, 60,000 or something.
I think it was more closer to 40,000.
Was it?
But the next highest was 20,000.
Yeah, it made it look really big comparatively.
Yeah. It's really unfortunate we don't get to see this Champion Select. I'd really like to know. I think what will happen is once we get into spectate delay, it'll like all pop up at once.
That's gonna be spooky, and I'm not ready for that. Can't handle it.
Yeah, the League client on this most recent patch is just riddled with bugs.
So we got somebody in the chat sending us bans. Liz, Rakan, and Zach. Lysandra targeted ban. Rakan is pretty good as a support.
I'm surprised that they banned Rakan. Oblivious is not a very prolific Rakan player.
They might not just. They might want to ban Rakan because, it dissuades Xayah from being picked too. So it's kind of a 2-for-1, I'd say. Zach, a very strong champion that I'd like to see at least once in this tournament, but I don't think we'll get the opportunity for.
It makes sense as to why it's banned.
Yeah.
Ori, Kate, and Elise, those are just generic bans on the side of 50 Shades of Mosher then.
Elise, Caitlyn, Orianna, all fantastic champions. I especially like Elise now because Kha'Zix got nerfed, and Elise was always good at dealing with Kha'Zix, but him being nerfed and the champions that are, kind of replacing him, picking up the slack, she does very well against.
Yeah, 50 Shades of Mosher are coming off of their Season 3 victory in OKLCS. They won the Diamond Cap tournament for Diamond Cap division of OKLCS. They are operating with 3 of their 5 starting roster, however.
Who are the subs? Do you know?
Player John in the top lane and King Mowgli in the jungle.
Okay, so top lane and jungle work well together. So are they from the same team?
No, they're not from the same team. King Mowgli, previously the jungler for Team Accursed, now no longer on a team. Player John not on an OKLCS team either. 50 Shades of Mosher, they're Chris Can't Miss, Biscuit, and Oblivious are their 3 players that are coming back to Tokyo and Tulsa from their victory in OKLCS.
Okay.
I believe Clutch, their top laner, is still on the team. He just couldn't make it to this event.
And I know, since we can't talk about Champ Select or anything, does anyone in the chat want to tell us a bit more about AZIO? We kind of I know nothing about them. Do you, Alex?
No. The only thing I know of is that they are also a Kansas team, and according to somebody who apparently knows them on Twitch chat, they have defeated KU consistently.
Consistently? Okay. I did see somebody mention that earlier, but KU was I think the team we agreed on being the strongest, if not the second.
They came in the favorite for a lot of the people playing, but then again, nobody really knew anything about KU or AZIO Esports coming into this.
So I'm excited to see AZIO play.
I mean,
their last gameplay was
like,
really
coming
good.
in the favorites. Quantum's team just stomped KU really decisively.
Yeah, the kills, it was 2 to, I'm not sure what many kills Quantum had, but KU only had 2 the entire game, and I'm not sure what the length of that was.
Yeah.
Because I don't have details. But that's pretty significant considering their past performance earlier.
Man, I wish I knew what was happening right now.
Yeah. We could always kill time with, I don't know, like thumb wrestling if you're down.
Fun banter, I guess.
I mean, banter. We have a camera. We can get physical.
Captain,
to an extent.
Jack Sparrow is second best ADC in Kansas.
Who's the first best ADC in Kansas? That's the real question.
Behind this one ADC named Rowe.
Sounds like a solo queue player.
I would not know.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. We might have to look him up later, though I'm not sure about getting the special characters for the O and the E.
We could just copy-paste that.
That's too much work. I don't want to find that after we get off.
Too bad Rowe is a mid laner now. Oh well. Now's the time to interact. Now is as good a time as any to interact with Twitch chat, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, you might as well. Well, if he's a mid laner, he can still play, like, Lucian can be played mid lane, Corki is played mid lane. He can still play ADCs just in that lane. That'd be fine, right?
Oh,
conflicting reports here. I wonder, are they in game yet?
I don't believe they are.
Because if we're sitting here for 40 minutes and we finally, click back in for some reason, and it's like, I don't know,
AZIO
14 to 1 or something.
Has been together for a few months now. Caster, see if you can redo the spectate. They just got in game. Okay, if they're in game, then we might as well.
Yeah.
So let's see.
Now it's like Christmas. We get to open the whole thing at
hello?
once.
Wait, why am I in champion select?
All right, quick, show us your rune pages.
No,
we got nothing else to do.
No, I think what we need to. I think we're gonna have to restart the League of Legends client.
That's unfortunate. Well. Renison, Gragas, Corki, Jin, Sona,
All right, that's Patch 7.14 just gave us every client bug you could possibly hope for. But now, at the very least, we can see the team compositions.
Okay.
Yeah.
At least this gives us some time to try turning it off and then back on again. Great advice if you ever having computer issues.
Yeah.
Unplug it, all that kind of stuff. Control G doesn't ever work. Don't try it.
All right. So we have on the side of AZIO Esports, Renekton, Gragas, Corki, Jin, and Sona. And on the side of 50 Shades of Mosher, you've got Gnar, Kha'Zix, Anivia, Tristana, and Nami. Nami was a big pick for Oblivious during OKLCS.
Nami's pretty good right now, too. She provides a lot. She's got a lot of healing and sustain in lane. She's got a lot of CC. 2 AoEs is nothing to snuff at. Tristana, pretty standard. Again, she's a counterpick to a lot of ADCs that were played recently. Anivia is a great champion. I've seen Chris perform very well on it.
Yeah, that was also a very big pick for him in OKLCS towards the end of the split.
But I'm not sure how well Anivia can deal with Corki. Corki can dodge her Q, and that sets up a lot of her damage. It gets him out of her AoE. I'm not sure what it's called, glacial something. I'm sure.
The ult.
The pool, yeah.
Glacial storm.
Glacial storm. It gets him out of there, and then Corki just does a ton of damage.
Yeah.
And Anivia that's egged is not going to survive the Gatling gun.
We do see the same Gnar Renekton matchup we saw in KU. Was it? No, it was. Oh, it was the game we just saw. AZIO Esports versus Landgecko. So AZIO's top laner will be playing the Renekton once again.
Already warmed up to the match.
Yep.
It looks like the delay is going to collapse here. Kha'Zix picked, even though Kha'Zix received some nerfs. He's fallen out of favor of being, the best or the second best jungle that everybody wants to play. Yeah. He's kind of fallen back. I guess he's tier 1.5, I'd say now. If not tier 1 still.
One of the things is King he doesn't play he played a lot of Cossacks when he did play League of Legends back when he was very good. And I just don't think that he's played the game enough to have really adapted his champion to the meta.
Yeah.
So that would be my explanation for this pick.
Well, this meta reminds me of the meta a few seasons ago. I think season 5 is when Gragas and Elise were the biggest champions.
Yeah.
Kha'Zix was still okay then, but it seems like we've kind of reverted back to that era of League, which I'm a fan of. You know, Gragas and Elise they're fun to watch, they're fun to play. Hopefully we'll see some good interaction here. Kha'Zix on Storm Raiders, does he usually take that?
I couldn't tell you, to be honest with you. I'm not a Kha'Zix player.
Hey, could we cut the music? Thank you.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. We're just getting into that little delay there.
Yeah. You know, queuing people. Summoner spells does Anivia have Ignite?
Yep, that is correct.
Alright, I can get down with that. Firebird. Corky's taking heal, which is pretty standard. Top laners have health.
We're back.
Okay.
Alright. Well, this is actually quite the change up from the last couple games we've seen in the bottom lane, because the last couple games we've seen 2 tank supports, and now this game we see 2 range supports. Sona and Nami.
I believe they're classified as enchanters with, you know, League's new weird...
Enchanters, yeah, that's correct.
I don't know, like, they have vanguards and all this other stuff, but these are champions that like to support their allies. They also do a ton of damage, which is really strange. Nami, W hits for a lot.
Okay. So,
And
let's see what's happening.
We do get to see the America Bird. A little bit too late for 4th of July, but she is there.
The, looks like both teams sort of just fanned out as opposed to that little shifts in the night situation we saw in game number 2.
I'm a big fan of the shifts in the night thing, because it's really exciting. You know, both teams don't know where the other one is, and there's a lot of suspense. And
yeah, we
honestly,
get to know.
It would be fantastic if, you know, they're both in a brush and the fog of war is just right and they just like all appear in front of each other. I'm waiting for that moment to happen.
Alright, so King Mowgli starting up on his blue buff. It will be Masklink on the Raptors. Masklink did an amazing job last game on Elise. Made a whole lot happen.
Oh yeah. I'm excited what he can do with Gragas, because Gragas is another one of those champions who can be played, you know, conservatively and not stand out a lot.
I think Gragas, in my opinion, is one of the best junglers because he's got a lot of early pressure, similar to Elise, but he also scales very well into a tank late game.
Yeah.
Which is better. Which he does better than Elise.
Elise used to be a lot tankier. She used to build more tank items. Now she's transitioned into like a bruiserish kind of build, which is what I think she should be. But
well, to be honest with you, I think like Elise doesn't scale well built as a tank, and she scales slightly better building mostly damage, but it's still not as good scaling as Gragas's bruiser damage into tank.
Definitely.
Level 2 hit by Captain Jack Sparrow and as Chrono. They're gonna shove Biscuit and Oblivious under the tower.
It's kind of disappointing that they couldn't get the level 2 engage off, because Jhin is really good at that. You know, Sona hits her Q, Jhin snares. You get a lot of damage off early. It really sets up the 3, 4, and 5 levels of your phase. But they didn't really get to do that. Biscuit and whatever the Nami's name is. Oblivious, thank you. They did a great job in peeling back and, you know, not over
you gotta see a little
boundaries.
bit of the wave there. Alright, Player John is at level 3, gets stunned up by Fire Theft, but throws a boulder at him. I guess it's a chair in this skin.
Is it? Oh yeah, this is the Luchador skin, right?
Yeah.
That line has Braum and Gnar, and they both throw chairs, I believe.
I think there's a few more. Good bubble onto Captain Jack Sparrow. There's the rocket jump forward from Biscuit and King Mowgli off the backside. Now they're going to focus on the Chrono. There's the jump forward. He flashes away, but he's stolen up by the red, but flash forward from Biscuit. They're looking for it. One more auto attack. It will be first blood for Biscuit in the bottom lane. There's a good stun onto Nesua from Chris. Can't miss, throws down some damage, but he's low on mana. Nesua unloads with the Gatling gun. Really good play by the bottom lane of 50 Shades of Mosher. Set up that game from King Mowgli really well.
I didn't even notice Kha'Zix, mostly because I wasn't looking at the mini-map, but he did a great job coming from behind, cutting off the Tristana's retreat. Tristana did a good job kind of, she didn't chase as much, but she jumped over and, she kind of zoned out the ADC from being able to do anything. Nami would have been easily picked off if Jin had hit a 4th shot or, at least a grenade.
Biscuit taking a little bit of harass in return for that damage on the tower.
Top lane, it looks like Gnar is winning this time because, Renekton hasn't had the help from the jungler, so Gnar's been able to poke him out and, throw Qs and that kind of thing. And we almost see it all.
King Mowgli gonna get found by Masklink here. King Mowgli turns it back around, but he's getting focused down by 2 members. He flashes away. Nesua gets ignited. Summoner Heal comes out to keep him alive, and 50 Shades of Mosher force them away. They trade Summoner Flash on King Mowgli for Nesua's heal.
Yeah, I mean, that wasn't a bad trade. You got 2 Summoner spells. Not a lot happened. CS is kind of even mid lane, but Gragas is up almost, over double, but now less than double. Things change early in the early game, excuse me. But CS discrepancies are pretty small right now.
Player John's gonna even it up a little bit once he hits that tower, or that wave hits the tower, he picks it up. Biscuit gonna get caught by the deadly flourish. Captain Jack Sparrow getting the explosive shot. Biscuit rocket jumps his way back. I don't think that was completely necessary.
No, but the reason I like this matchup bot lane is because both supports are playing a dangerous game. The game that they're playing is if Nami gets snared by Jin W or if Sona gets bubbled, both of them are dead. It's going to happen. They're going to all in. It's going to be, a lot of damage going down on 2 very squishy champions. So it makes it really tense. It's kind of a back and forth.
Alright, Player John going... He's either building towards the Fade for the Black Cleaver, or he's going towards the Jaurum's Fist for the Frozen Mallet.
The Frozen Mallet is something a lot of Gnars build. God, it's annoying. Have you ever played against...
Both of those 2 items are very standard on Gnar. It's just the question of which one he will build first.
Well, a lesser man would build the Frozen Mallet because it is, a coward's way to fight. You're going to peel. Come on, build the Black Cleaver. Get in there! You're playing Gnar. Gnar, he like prances around and throws boomerangs and stuff.
Once you get
what he's really about is jumping right into everybody without fear. Just like
him into the wall, but Fire Theft is very healthy, ready to take that fight.
Yeah.
Deadly Flourish is going to find Oblivious. Aqua Prison finds Chrono in the backside. Biscuit takes the lesser end of that trade. Nesua jumped on by King Mowgli, but King Mowgli was taking quite a few tower shots there.
Sadly, a Nivea E without being stunned or applying the full duration of Glacial Storm does not do a whole lot of damage. It looked like it tickled that Corki a bit. Yeah.
You can't just press RE and not somebody anymore.
Oh yeah, that was great.
Masklink has stuck his way into the side brush. Player John going in, flash deadly or Ruthless Predator rather into the body slam. Masklink will pick up Player John, and actually Biscuit died in the bottom lane almost simultaneously. Chrono picks up one for himself.
Wonder what happened to Biscuit.
Wrapped around here. He jumps onto Nesua, forces the flash out.
So what happened bottom was both Jin and Sona, probably QW'd, hit him with a grenade, and then he probably just got 4th shot for the kill.
But here's the thing though, King Mowgli actually just hit level 5 a second ago from a minion dying in lane. Masklink is doing level 6 for a while. So, look, you can tell based on the CS discrepancy, there's a huge lead for Masklink over King Mowgli.
Yeah, he's got almost double. He's got 37 CS, which is
now double.
Yeah, is now double. But it's only 8 minutes in. 37 CS is standard. Kha'Zix is really behind. I'm not sure where all his CS went.
He's been putting a lot of emphasis on ganking, and he's stolen away the red buff, and he got a kill in bottom lane, but he's done so at, I think, an unreasonable cost to himself.
That might be because he's giving second blue to Anivia, which is something I think pro players do more than solo queue players do. Solo queue players are a lot more greedy.
At least in the jungle, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. It's their camps, and they want it now. Mid lane, we
Good
see
stun on Denisua from Chris Can't Miss, puts down the Frostbite.
Hexdrinker is really coming through for the Corki
Yeah,
here.
that did no damage.
Yeah. Although Chris also built no damage. He's got the tier, which
Yeah,
is
he's
standard.
still stacking up his mana core
Yeah.
on Anivia.
Kha'Zix opted for the Stalkers. Same thing with Gragas, but in Gragas I feel like it's more standard than it is Kha'Zix. Trackers. Yeah,
I was like,
my
wait.
bad. They're all Stalkers, Trackers, Poachers. You know, it's fine.
Poachers doesn't exist.
Hey, you know what? It's all right. It's fine. I'm actually from the past, anyways. Tracker's Knife here is a great option for Kha'Zix because he's so behind. He needs to be able to ward to keep his lane safe from the Gragas.
Biscuit's falling behind quite a bit in CS here.
Well, he did get killed out, and Jin hasn't left, or he left lane, but he didn't leave it at an unoptimal time. He left, and then we got back. The wave was still in good position, so it makes sense.
Yeah. CS leads starting to accrue for both Fire Theft and Jack Sparrow over their opposite number.
Yeah, it looks like AZIO is just slowly going to grind out the game. They're going to slowly build more CS and get more kills here and there, and eventually they'll just take it away.
King Mowgli was starting to get collapsed on here, but now 50 Shades of Mosher, we might see a 3v3 on the top side, but Biscuit gets caught. Chris can't miss the rest on the Glacial Storm. Player John a little bit separated from the rest of his team, but he's about to go Mega. There's a stun, not quite going to land on a Maskling. Player John wants to hop. Here we go.
Yeah.
There's Player John, gnars him into the wall. Fire Theft getting focused down, but he gets a big heal, but Chris can't miss. Frostbites him down, and Player John flashes his way to safety. King Mowgli gonna void Assault out of there.
So coming out of the pause, that probably just wasn't the best. Oh, lag. Coming out of the pause, I'm guessing they just weren't prepared to finish that. You know, they weren't in the moment that they were before. So, honestly, let's chalk that up to, you know, a pause.
Right, but it will be a kill. All right. Let's see. What's the standing so far in the uncapped round robin? Okay. If I look at this, Team Accursed is 1-1, 2 Jackets, 3 Diamonds, 2-0, Land Gecko 0-2, KU Esports 1-1, AZIO
Nivea is going to get
Esports
egged here. It is 2-0.
is 2-0, and 50 Shades of Mosher is 1-1 going into this.
Nivea's passive did get popped there. Corki laid down a big damage spike. Whoa, I lost the word there. Big damage
burst.
spike with his charged ult. I'm not sure. The
Oh,
big
the
one.
big one.
The big one. Kha'Zix struggling to take a Scuttle Crab, as is, you know, the life of a jungler that is behind. But a Scuttle Crab that
AZIO
has
is
been
1-1
killed.
apparently. Yeah, that probably, if we, Accursed is 1-1. They lost to KU, but they won over 50
Is
Shades of
AZIO
Mosher.
1-1? They won their first game, didn't they?
They played no, they didn't. They played against 2 Jackets, 3 Diamonds in the round 1.
Why didn't we stream that game? That game sounds good.
Yeah.
Who knows? Alright, my bad then. I lied. I lied to everybody.
Yeah, if we had taken the time to do the math, we would have known that came out to more wins than losses.
Quantum
AZIO
physics.
lost the first one to that Fizz guy. Yeah, quantum physics, of course.
Quantum Physics Nick is a...
Oh, here we go. The package used to cut off Chris Can't Miss's escape, but Masklink not in a position to catch him out.
would you say he's the best player in Oklahoma?
Quantum?
Yeah.
Probably. He's the only player in Oklahoma who's challenger.
Right.
Fire Theft jumping on a Player John, who dodges away from the boulder toss with the slice and dice. Player John crunches onto him, but now he's got the hyper movement speed, turns it back around, looking for that hyper proc, gets one off, looks for the second one. It's a lot of percent health damage to Ruthless Predator. Dominus popped down, Fire Theft, slice and dice, back onto Player John. Player John now in trouble. He's gonna get solo killed. Here comes Masklink, flash body slam, catches Chris, get missed. Good job, flash away from the explosive cask.
Into the cask. And the big one missed too. Big one does a lot of damage. As Corki finished his... he has not finished his Trinity Force yet,
No,
but when he does...
Delayed for Hexdrinker.
Yeah. He's got to get the huge power spike in mid-game that Corki is known for. Alright, is that still a thing with his changes? Does he still spike in the
he
mid-game?
still spikes very
Or does he
well.
spike after 3 items now?
I think in general you go for something like Trinity Force, Static Shiv Rapid Fire Cannon, and the Eye Edge for the crit. And then after that,
a magic pin item,
yeah,
Leandries or
Leandries
Void
or
Staff.
Void Staff.
Yeah. I can't really imagine any other item. as a finisher in that build.
Oh, good acquisition catches Masklink. He might have gone a little bit too far on that invade. Gets caught by the bottom lane of 50 Shades of Mosher. Really well played by Biscuit and Oblivious.
Yeah, Nar's going to try and do something here. Oh, he's just stopping the back.
Alright. 50 Shades of Mosher just shoving in, or getting shoved into the bottom lane. Fire Theft goes on to player John. Captain Jack Sparrow. Oh, good double bubble from Oblivious, but Biscuit does not have the vision to follow up with any auto attacks.
Yeah, blind bubbles are good, and bubbles actually show the champion out of the bush, but they're still untargetable. It's really interesting.
That's so strange.
Yeah. Like, visually they're available.
Gonna go wide from Captain Jack Sparrow. Exhaust goes down, rocket jump 4 from Biscuit. Here comes King Mowgli off the backside, but the teleport coming in from Fire Theft. There's a good crescendo. Fire Theft goes and catches Oblivious under the tower. Now Captain Jack Sparrow running for his life. Biscuit and King Mowgli here. Pierce can't miss. Collapses onto him. They get the kill. Rocket jump out. Biscuit going very low. Here comes Nesua. Flashes for the auto attack on the Biscuit. Fire Theft now under tower. He's gonna pop the dominance. Goes in onto King Mowgli. He has to jump himself away. Slice and dice over the wall, but King Mowgli turns it back around. Tastes their fear. Nesua gonna get stunned up. Chris can't miss. Takes down some damage. Goes down there. The crystallize. Chrono backed away. And it will be, how many kills is that? 3 for 2?
Yeah, AZIO's favor. They got 3 kills, and the Jin and the Renekton ended up dying there. That was a pretty hype, I don't know what I would call that. Clown
Skirmish.
Fiesta?
Skirmish.
Clown Fiesta. Fiesta.
Alright, dude.
Mambo is another word I'd like to use. That was a pretty good mambo. I mean, they were dancing around. You can give me that at least.
Masklink sent up top to deal with player John pushing in because of Fire Theft's teleport into the bottom lane.
And we are going to see Renekton finish his Black Cleaver in his next back. He doesn't have it quite yet. Nar is still a ways away.
Good deadly flourish finds Oblivious. Echo Prison will put him back
That is
down.
a lot of damage, though.
Player John looking for no one's gotten tower first blood just yet.
Just really interesting considering in their last game they wanted the tower so early. They pushed it down almost immediately.
Because they got such good, they killed off Jack twice after his teleport, so they got a lot of free time with that one. This time Fire Theft teleported into the bottom lane, so they don't have as much pressure top.
It looks like the kills are fairly spread out this game. A lot of people have 1 or 2. It's not really stacked up like it was in the first game on the Callista.
Yeah, Masklink had a lot of kills. Jack Sparrow had a few.
It's pretty spread out. Kozik's catching up now. He's got 2 kills. The heal really saved him from the Renekton in the last, I'm going to call it a Mambo again, which I think really is going to be good for getting him back in the game, you know, so he can scale into mid and then fall off later.
Alright, player John going in onto Fire Theft. He jumps onto him with a hop. He's going to hop over the side. He nars him into the wall because here comes King Mowgli. Jumps onto him. Fire Theft not going to be able to, well, he slice and dices out of there. Good crescendo catches all 3, but Chrono will pay the price anyway. Oh, Fire Theft gets a kill onto King Mowgli before going down. Player John will finally get him. Biscuit hops himself back to way. Here's the curtain call. Will it kill? Explosive cast knocks Oblivious into the wall. Gets him with the auto attack. Masklink picks up a kill. Oh, but here comes the package from Nesua. Chris can't miss. Stuns him up, and he will get egged. Masklink here to help him focus down the egg as Nesua secures the kill. No, Masklink gets it. Will be tower first blood actually gotten by 50 Shades of Mosher in the top lane. Player John with that one. Just a little bit too slow from Captain Jack Sparrow in the bottom lane.
And Renekton did a really good job. Fire Theft did a really good job of, you know, fending off the gang. He got at least 1 kill. He still died in the last tower, but it could have been much worse. I was surprised he was able to pull out the kill on the Kazakhs there.
Yeah.
CS is still a bit behind for 50 Shades. Tristan is at 102. Jin is at 136. Captain Jack Sparrow, oh, I'm going to say Jack so many times in saying his name, has really done a good job of keeping ahead, even though it's been this Clown Fiesta, this Mumbo bot lane.
Yeah. Oh, see, okay, so Captain Jack Sparrow, he's finished his Dustblade of Drakthar, and now he's building another...
Full lethality.
Yeah, he's going for the
boy.
lethality build, which spikes really hard. Nesua has to use the Valkyrie over the Crystallized. Nesua pops the
misses
Summoner
the
heal.
slow.
Flash Frost from Chris can't miss, and Nesua will not go down. Chrono keeps him alive. He will finally die. Chris can't miss, picks up that one. Biscuit now has a... Holy cow, that crit!
Oh, So much could have gone wrong there. Corki almost lived barely. The Sona, I think if she had a tiny bit more AP or, another item finish, it would have saved the Corki just straight out. Nivea doesn't have the damage right now to really do anything until she finishes the Seraph's Embrace or Staff. Or
The Archangel staff.
Archangels.
Which turns into the Seraph's.
Yes. Oh man, there's so many items that have weird names.
This Jack Sparrow doesn't want to walk through that Glacial Storm or anything. Deadly Flourish is going to go wide. Ooh, good stun onto him. Flash Frost, and there's the Frostbite. Ooh, Curtain Call coming out. Chris can't miss. Has to put on his dodging shoes. The Tidal Wave is going to interrupt that one. Chris can't miss. Barely survives. Good Tidal Wave from Oblivious will cancel the last shot.
I started to doubt the dedicated camera there. It stayed on Jin, which didn't let us see a whole lot. But then I saw the Nami wave coming. And, I gotta give it to Riot. Good camera work. We got to see the Jin cancel. Then it panned to a Nivea who had just barely survived. It was very cinematic.
AZIO Esports looking for it. Player John hops forward, throws out the boomerang, misses it.
And the return.
Yeah. Alright, but there's a body slam onto him. Player John ready to go mega. There's a good stun on the Mask Link. Crystallize goes out. Yasuo has to Valkyrie out. And now Captain Jack Sparrow a little bit separated, has to walk around the long way. Player John is mega now. Glacial Storm clears at the minion wave. Player John on the way back up to the top lane.
Side lanes are pushing it. It looks like there's a big wave accumulating bottom. Top lane looks pretty even, but it'll start pushing slowly towards
Captain
50
Jack Sparrow
Shades
might
here.
be a little bit caught here. Player John gonna jump forward onto him, just kills him off. Fire Theft exhausted, good crescendo from Chrono, but it's not gonna matter. Player John jumps himself away. Biscuit Titchbit comes away. Mask Link, Body Slam doesn't find anybody.
Bit of a disconnect there. Jin 244 got caught out. Sona with a really good crescendo. Reddington should have been able to, pick off the Gnar pretty easily, W and a Q, and he might have been dead. But there just wasn't the communication there to really execute that.
Yeah. And Oblivious just popped the Tide Color's Blessing onto Player John, who just proceeded to auto him down. Frozen Mallet finished off. Phage is alive as well.
And we did get to see the Frozen Mallet come out before the Black Cleaver on the Gnar. That's going to make him a real pain to kite here soon. Reddington finishes Black Cleaver. Gragas.
Not really just kite, but also chasing down one of these melee champions without any real mobility.
Yeah, it's going to make him hard to kite.
Oh, hard to kite.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Oh, I saved myself there.
But anyway, so
where was I at?
The full lethality Jin.
Yes.
Lethality did just get buffed, so it's very viable. But the one thing is that lethality doesn't scale as well as crit come very, very late game. Ooh, good Aqua Prison catches Chrono, who might have, he has to flash him.
Well, the lethality build does include the Infinity Edge, just because a crit with a lot of lethality is, the most damage you can have in a game. So we'll probably see, a third or fourth item Infinity Edge before maybe last item GA or whatever defensive item that he's going to build. Last Whisper is also a possibility.
But on its own, Edge isn't super efficient.
It isn't, but you build it because there's that one chance, 25%, that you crit, and you already have all on the fourth shot, which does a ton of damage with the Infinity Edge. And I lost my train of thought. But with lethality, you just do a massive amount.
Yeah, lethality builds are more tailored towards a lot of that ability damage and auto damage.
I like Jin's crit build more because I like the movement speed from it. It's really useful. You auto somebody with rapid fire from far away.
Good hop from Player John. Dodges away from the body slam from Mask Link, but Deadly Flourish is gonna find him. Player John gonna get separated from the team by the package. Good title, and they gnar him back in. Player John will finally get focused down. Jack Sparrow crits him down. Chris can't miss. Actually got egged in the backside by Nesua, and they pick him off 2 for 0 in favor of AZIO.
I'm not sure where the rest of the team was. It looks like Kha'Zix was back at that moment, or something. I'm not sure where Tristan and Nami were. Were they just further back? I didn't really see.
They were further back. Mask Link gonna go in with the body slam, catches Biscuit. Deadly Flourish will land. Explosive cast separates the team. Biscuit barely survives as he flashes himself out of there. Fire Theft picks up Oblivious, and now King Mowgli has to pop himself away. And it will be another tower, 4 towers to 1 in favor of AZIO Esports.
Yeah, Corki's been placing his packages pretty well this game. It caught out the Anivia, and it caught out the the Gnar, and allowed them to just pick them off, push down some towers, and then Gragas brings it in again. He goes in, they initiate a second time because they saved the first one. Yeah, you initiate with one champion first, and you save the other one for the next time. You don't just blow your load on the first engage. You gotta save a little bit for the aftermath. I guess
that's very true.
Yeah, I know I said it poorly. You don't have to react that badly.
So they got 4 towers to 1. They pick up the Cloud Drag, and they're dealing with that wave at the top lane. But now 50 Shades of Mosher going for the return Baron. They take it pretty fast. Chris can't miss, and King Mowgli and Kha'Zix and Nivea will put down a lot of damage. Captain Jack Sparrow caught out. Biscuit blows into bits. Oblivious flashes for the Aqua Prison. Fire that looking for King Mowgli. He will not get him as the leap away. Fire that now pops the Dominus, has to run himself away, slowed up, and he's going to get perma-slowed because of player John's Frozen Mallet, but he's going to turn it around. Oblivious almost dies, but Biscuit gets the kill.
Just barely living. It was really unfortunate. Remington, it could have been able to finish off the Kha'Zix or the Nami. It would have been a big payoff for going in there and checking. I don't know. I'm not sure what they were doing. Did they have wards or not? I'm not really sure. But they need to have wards on Baron at this point in the game. Yeah. It's 24 minutes in. Well, one thing you're going to do on this team fight, if you win, you're going to go take Baron or you're going to back. If you lose, you're going to go take Baron or you're going to reset and farm the lane.
It's a good try. It was a good attempt by 50 Shades of Mosher to just go for that return Baron after they backed off from the push, because a lot of people are going to be recalling.
And it turned out well for them. They ended up picking up a kill on Jhin and a kill on Renekton, which is a lot of gold in their pockets, really. The gold difference is a bit escalated a bit more. It's 4,000 at this point. But, that just helps close the gap a little. Earlier, before this fight, we didn't really check, but it might have been 5, or some other amount.
Yeah. And that's a lot of gold concentrated on the Biscuit. This Tristana is actually going to hit those 3 items like we didn't see last time.
Oh. That's not going to be fun for AZIO.
Yeah.
3 item, 4 item Tristana is a real pain to deal with. The higher level she gets, the higher her attack range is. She'll be able to. She does that actually. It's a good example.
By the deadly flourish, good tidal wave will disengage the fight there. Keeps him alive. Good job by Oblivious to keep Biscuit alive because Masculine was barreling towards him.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
It looks like Gnar is going to give up the chase. He's just going to clear the lane. He's not going to try and fight the Renekton by himself. I'm not sure what 50 Shades plans to do here. It looks like they're getting some wards out. We're clearing your jungle, trying to set up for a contested Baron.
Good flash body slam from Mastic. It will shut down Biscuit, and Oblivious will fall as well. King Mowgli running himself away. Crystallized used by Chris can't miss. Nessa will flashes over the side. King Mowgli has to jump himself away. Good flash by Captain Jack Sparrow to dodge the stun, but I don't think it was necessary. Fire Theft putting pressure in the bottom lane as Player John is here to match him, and now AZIO might start the Baron up. Fire Theft jumps onto Player John, but Player John ready to fight him. He's got those hyper procs, he's got that Frozen Mallet and the Black Cleaver. He's going to hop himself away after the Dominus is popped, slicing dice forward. Fire Theft pops the Titanic Hydra, but it's not going to be enough, and Player John going to turn it around! Solo kill! AZIO Esports starting out the Baron is going to be smited down by Masklink. They lose 1 in the bottom lane, but they get the Baron.
So that turned out pretty well. I mean, Gnar lost the 1v1, but their team got, Gnar won the 1v1, and Renekton lost the 1v1, but they won the Baron fight. They got Baron, they're going to be able to back. And it's off of Renekton, so he's not going to be able to split push with it anymore, but they'll be able to, force down a tower here, hopefully. Go in, take their jungle, and then just push down mid. Otherwise, I don't really see what their objective is. They could probably spend a 1-3-1, which I don't think they're prominent in doing.
Yeah. I think that Bramble Vest for Player John really came in handy there.
The reduced healing definitely helped. That Dominus would have healed. It hit like some minions and it hit the Gnar.
Oh, you mean the Call the Meek?
Oh, Call the Meek, yes. Dominus is the ult?
Yep.
Yeah. Call the Meek would have healed him for 500?
Yeah.
Maybe?
It probably would have been enough to turn the fight if it weren't for the Gruden's application. Player John getting a lot of focus from AZIO now. He's probably going to need to back away from this one. Masculine has the Righteous Glory and the Locket for his team now. Player John takes a lot of damage rooted up by the Deadly Flourish. Stun, or package away. Player John Nars 2 into the wall. There's a good one. Tidal Wave comes across. Nesua is killed off Player John because he was standing on the package. King Mowgli exhausted. Firing that stuns up Oblivious with the Ruthless Predator. He gets cut down by the curtain call. The second shot and the third shot flashed away from by Biscuit. Now Chris can't miss. Pops the Crystallize to keep himself alive. AZIO Esports lose 1, but they get 3. And now they're focusing down this tower.
It was a nice attempt by the Gnar. I really like the Gnar and Nivea combo that they tried to do there. They put the wall down so Gnar could Gnar them into the wall. It didn't turn out like they hoped. Gnar, like you said, was on top of the package the whole time, which does a lot of damage. My god, the package does a lot of damage. It's like Rumble ult.
Yeah.
Interview Nesua if they win. We'll see. I think we put up a poll for the interviews, don't we?
No, we don't do it. They do it.
I mean, I say we as in like us, the collective us, the royal we. So is that just for the matches then?
I think that the only polls we put up are for what game we'll stream next.
All right.
I think in general, somebody else who's watching the stream of our staff decides who they should be interviewed.
All right. I think Nesua was a great choice here.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We had Captain Jack Sparrow interviewed last time that AZIO. Oh, I just forgot their name. What is her name now? AZIO?
AZIO Esports.
AZIO. Whoa, not. I'm having a.
Speaking of AZIO, they're going for this Infernal Drake. It will be their 3rd dragon to none. They've been in the 2 games we've seen of them so far. They have been absolutely dominant in terms of objective control, denying a lot of towers, getting a lot of dragons, just completely taking over the map.
They do have a lot of objective control, and when you have this many towers, it's really easy to do that. But it looks like we're going to see them push down mid. Bot lane's already taken.
He's going to be opened up. He's going to throw it onto Chris Can't Miss. Biscuit trying to auto-fire. That flashes over the side, and Biscuit gets blown up. Mask Link on a killing spree. Player John has to hop himself out of the crescendo. Will catch him off of the hop, but it's not going to matter. Oblivious now takes a lot of damage from Nesua. Has to jump himself away with the flash. They get the second inhib of the game. Now they move up towards the top lane now. The only remaining towers for 50 Shades of Mosher.
It looks like first they're going to poach the Raptors, and it looks like they might try and set up for red buff afterwards. They're going to reset, come back top lane, and just push it with all they got.
Oh my goodness. It's such a dominant display by AZIO in the last couple of games we've seen of them.
This one is a lot more, well, we only saw one game. And the first game, I believe they lost, right?
No, we saw them beat Lane.
Yeah, but before that, they lost the first game.
3 diamonds.
Yeah. Their last game was very dominant. This game was a lot closer.
It was a lot closer in the early game, but they've really just kept the pressure on ever since they got that small lead.
Yeah, 10k gold, only 18 to 13 kills. So the kills, is a lot closer than their previous game, but the gold is still just as big. And that's obviously due to the dragons. They've taken Baron. They have 7 towers. I think they also accumulated more assists in general. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Well, the number of assists doesn't really change the value of the gold. Because it doesn't. Because, like, suppose you had 1 kill, 1 assist, then the 1 assist would get half a kill's gold. But if you have 1 kill, 2 assists, each of those assists will get a quarter of the gold. Because the total gold you get from assists is exactly half that of the kill.
Okay. I didn't know that's how that worked.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Did they change that
no,
a few seasons ago? It's always been like that?
There we go. Player John has to hop himself away. Good title to disengage the fight, but the explosive cast knocks in Biscuit. He gets taken down. Good triple bubble, but it doesn't matter. King Mowgli exhausted once again. Cat by Mask Link. He hops himself away. There's the control ward drop just to make sure he's out of there for sure. Captain Jack Sparrow in the back line throws down the curtain call. King Mowgli has picked off Nesua, but they get the tower. Oh, good crystallize separates him from the team. Captain Jack Sparrow will get shut down, but he will trade his life for King Mowgli's. It's a 2-4-3 in favor of AZIO Esports, but they don't have a minion wave. They really can't take this tower. They're gonna try.
Here comes the minion.
Here it comes. And now they will get it.
And then we'll see the second triple inhib from this
triple
team.
inhib. They've already got a Nexus tower thanks to Winions in the bottom side. Chris Can't Miss, you really can't afford to stay here and stop them because you're losing your base. throws down the Glacial Storm. Fire Theft tops himself away. Chrono slowed up. There's the Flash Frost, but Chrono nicely dodges the other direction. Chris can't miss. Trying to catch him. Glacial Storm goes out. Chrono will get blown up, but they lost their Nexus towers. The the minions rather are focusing down the Nexus.
And it looks like we're going to see them clean out. They're just going to come back, finish off the Nexus.
Yeah, this is.
This has been a lot closer of a game. I think it was an impressive display from both teams. AZIO did a lot of good team synergies. They roam together. They take objectives very well. You know, they play well together, which apparently
is immaculate.
they've been together for a few months, apparently. And it really shows in their gameplay, whereas 50 Shades, I believe, has some subs.
Yeah.
They have top and jungle subs right now, I believe. So that might explain the team might have a little disconnect, you know, within itself. But still good gameplay. I've seen them do a lot of good things individually and together in this game.
On to Fire Theft takes out about half of his HP. Once Chrono gets back here, he'll be able to top him off with that area of Perseverance. Masking pops the Righteous Glory, looking for the body slam, backs away. He says, okay, never mind, I don't want this one. There's a lot more people here than I thought. Nesua has the package at the ready. He's going to package just to use it. The ballsy play would have been to package down that corridor. Oh, Player John flashes for the Gnar. He's standing on the package though with Chrono and tops them all off. Good redemption. Captain Jack Sparrow killing them off. Biscuit comes across. King quickly taken out by Nesua. Biscuit, where did he flash to? Fire Theft caught by the bubble, but it doesn't matter. Biscuit's already dead. And Fire Theft teleporting into the base, focusing down the Nexus, getting ready. They're just stopping the backs at this point. Standing on the Glacial Storm, gonna get stunned up, but it doesn't matter. Nesua will fall, but the game is over. Fire Theft focusing down the Nexus.
Where did he flash to? Where did he flash to? Let's find out next time.